Ohio, opened his office in Antwerp in the fall of 1964 after graduating from Ohio State University in dentistry. His dedicated service of quality dentistry and his generosity to the Antwerp community is appreciated by all. Dr. Bricker retired in 2012 and sold his practice to Dr. Sarah Mowry. Dr. Bricker has also been particularly helpful to the youth of the community with many donations. He has been a great supporter of the Boy Scouts, the Antwerp School, and Rotary International in particular. Dr. Bricker was the charter president of the Antwerp Rotary, organized in 1972, and has hosted several foreign exchange students. Dr. Bricker's hobby is that of a worldwide big game hunter. He has toured thousands of people through his home in Antwerp, where people are awed by his many wildlife trophies. And if you've never seen it, you should talk to him about it because it's awesome. Dr. Bricker came from humble beginnings, with his father passing away when Dr. Bricker was between his 6th and 7th grades of school. Dr. Bricker credited Ronnie Tomlinson as an early mentor, and Karma Rowe loaned him the funds to attend college and get his degree. He understands the value that a person can have to help and encourage a young person, and he returned that practice to all the youth he came into contact with. When asked what he liked best about Antwerp, Dr. Bricker said, the people. So, for his lifelong caring and giving, Dr. Bill Bricker has been selected to be the Gem of Antwerp. Come and say hello to him under the tent, and at this time, I'll let him say a few words.
Thank you. Hearing the pastor's remarks took most of the things I was going to say. So it's nice to be recognized, and it's nice to receive this award. So I appreciate it very much. I was a dentist for 48 years here in Antwerp, and the biggest reward I got out of doing dentistry, I think, is watching these youth grow up. Watch them, their looks develop, and their talent and their personality. And the nice thing about that is I didn't have to feed them or clothe them or change their diapers or anything. I just enjoyed them as they grew up. So I need to thank the parents for raising those kids so I could enjoy it. I was born and raised in Hicksville, and like Pastor said, I have a fairly poor family, although I didn't realize it at the time. I had a job at Ronnie's department store in Hicksville when I was in the 5th grade, and then I worked all the way through high school, and then my father passed away in between the 6th and 7th grade. And so it was nice to be working at Ronnie's department store, because Ronnie Tomlinson was the owner, and you got Dick Green and Bill Ginther and Helen Warner, Peg Huff. You guys probably don't know those people, but they all kind of looked out after me. My mom was working in a GE factory in Fort Wayne, and so I needed that supervision in that direction. So everybody in Hicksville kind of guided me through that. When I was a senior, I always knew I wanted to be a dentist. However, I didn't have any money, and my mom didn't have any money, and there wasn't any GI Bill, so I had heard that Karma J. Rao, the J stands for Johnson, and that's Johnson Memorial Library in Hicksville, and she was a great supporter of Hicksville Hospital, Defiance College, the Methodist Church. But anyway, I had heard that she had put Paul B. Kerr through med school. So I can remember the day very vividly. I was working at Ronnie's, and I called Mrs. Rao and told her what was on my mind. And she said, well, come down and we'll talk about it. And so I dressed up. We made another date for me to come down and talk to her. And so I dressed up and put a white shirt and tie and a coat, polished my shoes. And Karma was a very stern business lady, very proper, and so but she agreed to put me through college. I don't think she knew how many years I was going to ask her to do that, but she funded everything. I graduated from Hicksville in 1956, and in 1960 I graduated from Ohio State University with a Bachelor of Science in Anatomy, and then in 64 I graduated from Ohio State University College of Dentistry with a Doctor of Dental Surgery degree. So without her, I couldn't have done any of that. And so the way that worked was I needed money for tuition, so I'd send her a letter, and she'd send me the money. And this went on and on. So then one day I sent her a note saying I needed $387 for tuition. And she fired a letter back to me saying, and no money in the envelope. She said, if I'm going to put you through school, you better learn to write better. And so from that point on, I always typed every communication I ever had with her. So, but it's because of that experience I had needing money to go to school. Over the years, I've helped a few people, some the same way that Karma J did for me, and some in a lesser way. But I appreciate this award, and I thank you very much for it.
Thanks, Doc. They're going to present you with the award. Let's give a big hand to Doc. Thank you, Doc. Thank you.